Welcome to the Stormsurf Video Surf Forecast for the Indian Ocean for the week starting Sunday, June 29th. Brought to you by Kandui Resort in the Mentawai Islands, a great place to go surfing. First we'll take a look at significant wave heights for the Indian Ocean. Notice, small area, 30-foot seas embedded in a much broader area, 28-foot seas in the central Indian Ocean, and another system developing under South Africa with 32-foot seas. Actually, let's go back a couple of days to Friday. Notice a system developing under South Africa, building 34-foot seas tracking northeast into Sunday, and this is the current chart. So this system has already generated swell. We'll actually go back a little bit. There's probably about the peak of it, and notice it has produced swell, pushing well up the Great Circle chart pass about 212 degrees to the Mentawai Islands and about 233 into Western Australia. So another swell is in the water. But before we get into that, let's take a look at jet stream level winds. These are winds up at about 30,000 feet. They help fuel the development of storms when they form into a trough, like this area here and this area here. And these winds help direct the path of those storms once they form. So, clearly, a trough here in the deep south central Indian Ocean, another one under South Africa. Winds here in the 120 knot range pushing up into that trough, providing good circulation, clockwise circulation in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That in turn would produce low pressure down at the ocean surface. Let's put this into motion. That trough continues east and starts fading out. The other trough that was under South Africa starts pushing to the east and gets a little bit pretty good area here with good winds pushing up into it to support development. And then a ridge sort of builds behind it, pushing south. That would sort of cut off development in this area, but still a good sort of pinched off trough, but still 130 knot winds by Wednesday. So that should help support another gale. And here we go, yet another trough forming out on Friday. This one kind of pinched off, but still capable of developing something until it shuts down too. And then we get a big ridge sort of building in for the weekend. But another trough trying to organize. This looks more like a cut-off trough into Sunday and Monday, and then things settle down a little bit. Let's go see how that manifests itself down at the ocean surface. So this is surface level pressure and surface level winds. Winds generate seas. Seas, when they radiate away from the fetch area, turn into swell, which of course makes waves when it impacts beaches and reefs and whatnot. Okay, so we're actually going back till Friday to notice that first system that we talked about on the significant wave height charts. This was generated by 40 knot winds here on Friday, building and lifting north, 45 knot winds again, well up the Great Circle Pass to the Mentawai Islands and to Western Australia. Actually looks better for the Mentawais than Western Australia. We'll continue to notice that it just kind of lifts straight up north. Where's the pass again? We'll put this back into motion. This is exactly what you want to see. It pushing up the pass. That pushes swell in that direction. You get maximum size and maximum period when that happens. Okay? So we're into just about current data now, and here's the next system developing under South Africa, 45 knot winds, and that too is aimed well. Actually, it's pushing. Actually, look at the wind vectors there, pretty well right up the about the 223 degree path to the Mentawai Islands. Not so well at all for Western Australia, but a good distance away, and actually another little one over here too. And anyway, we'll put this into motion. We're into Sunday now. The South African system starts fading out, and then redevelops on Tuesday again, well towards the Mentawais and reasonably well to West Australia. Continues on into Wednesday, then finally fades out. Then we kind of hit that trough. Remember that ridge in the upper atmosphere, and in fact, look at that, high pressure 1032 millibars, but it was pretty short-lived. And then here we go again, 50 knot winds, and let's see how these are situated. Sort of cutting across the Great Circle Pass, the Mentawai Islands. Still, you'd get swell from that, and much better towards Western Australia. and we'll roll this out. We're into Saturday, the weekend. It actually starts lifting north, and here's yet another system behind that. We'll just roll this out, and it looks pretty solid as well. Again, what energy aimed pretty decently towards the Mentawais, probably a bit better towards Western Australia. So this chart looks pretty favorable for the week. Let's go take a look at significant wave heights. So here we are, the current significant wave height chart, and again, the two systems we talked previously about, we'll put that into motion. The first one sort of dies out, as does this one, but still, they both had 30-foot plus, 34-foot plus seas. That's good for 17-plus second period, radiating at all the major breaks, and yet this one reorganizes. Here we are into Tuesday. We'll put that into motion. Notice the northward lifting motion again, pushing right up that 210-degree track to the Mentawais. Wow, look at that, right up there. Little skip in the models there. And let's see how that goes relative to Western Australia. And actually pretty well towards Western Australia too, on about the 237-degree track. Anyway, we'll continue rolling that out. So swell likely, and yet another 28-foot seas. So this isn't 17-second period, but probably in the 16, 15 second range. Lifting well to the north. Gosh, this is just amazing. The beat goes on for the Mentawai Islands, that's for sure. And probably not so well for Western Australia, but close enough that it will have some impact. And then the other system deep right off the edge of Antarctic ice. What is that? 38-foot seas. Again, somewhat at the Mentawais, better Western Australia, and we're out 150 hours. And another one behind it. We're at 180 hours. So more swell in the water. Maybe not of the magnitude of the mega swell from last week, but still very rideable surf. And things are looking quite positive. Again, the Indian Ocean is having a banner year. And there's no end in sight for the continuation of the wave machine in the Indian Ocean. More swell on tap, more energy. If you're interested in going to the Mentawais or any of the resorts, this is a good time to go do it. This has been a really good year. But if you're going to go, certainly stay at Kandui Resort. World-class waves right at your doorstep. Great place to stay. Great people running the show here. Very reputable operation. Check them out at kanduiresort.com on the web. Thanks for watching. We'll do this again next week. Same time, same place. And go get some waves. See ya.